Welcome back, guys. Here we are going to compare two different cars. In this series, we're going to take two cars and compare them head to head. Here we are with the Dodge Challenger and the Ford Mustang 2018.
Okay.
One thing about the Dodge Challenger, it's got a nice rear end. Actually, the car is striking from the outside. It has a look that you want to look at more. So that's nice. And it's important to me when you park your car, your sports car, that you're able to look back at it or look out the window at it and enjoy what you see. This is a lot of the fun of having a sports car for me. So,
2018 Dodge Challenger. Awesome. Different from what you would expect. Not like other cars to drive. A lot of fun though. Is it fast? Yeah, it's fast. But it's also feels like you're driving something from the 1970s, but not in a bad way. I want to explain. It's like it feels heavier on its wheels. The stance is heavier. It doesn't handle as well as the Mustang of 2018. GT or EcoBoost, either of these. It doesn't handle as well, but it's got its own charm, its own way that it feels. It feels like sexy, and that's even what my wife says, that it's like a sexy feeling to it, where the Mustang is more sporty feeling. We will compare them, and I will show you the Mustang now. What do you think?
Feel that modern V8 power. Full power runs Ford Mustang. It's also nice to have a convertible. Enjoyed that quite a bit. Don't worry if you get the EcoBoost version of the Mustang. That thing is hell fast. And the 5.0, unbelievably good engine. Has a good power range all the way up to redline and pulls like nobody's business. Both the EcoBoost and the GT, they're very, very nice cars. The fit and finish and styling, they've put a lot of effort in this. The road handling, extremely good. Four-wheel independent suspension, and it holds the road great. I mean, really, it's a true modern sports car. It is not just a muscle car now. Now we have the other end of the spectrum, the Dodge Challenger. The styling is striking. I mean, it really makes you look at it. Which one would you rather have? Comment below, let me know what you think. But there is very big differences in the two cars. One thing I liked about the Ford Mustang is this little extras that they did. The projector lights on the ground, this kind of stuff. Some people would think that's too much, but to me it's a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed driving both of these cars. I would say the fit and finish on the Mustang is better than what you would get in the Dodge. But I'll tell you a little bit more about the Dodge shortly. The build quality on the Ford Mustang seemed to be slightly better also. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. Dodge Challenger. Awesome car. Very good if you're going to be driving it long distances. You know, highway driving.
This is the Dodge Challenger. So, pretty cool. I say that it's comfortable. So, a comfortable car. And the interior, I like its retro design. Let's see. I like the gauges, the way that it feels. But I don't think it's really about the gadgets inside. It's more about the retro, strong look of the car outside. And it feels very comfortable inside to sit in this car. To be honest with you, it's more comfortable than the Mustang. It's more comfortable than the Corvette. So cars that are around, this car is more comfortable than those cars. Brushed aluminum, nice headliner, you know, normal stuff. But it's not like extremely richly done inside. But it's kind of cool. You got different things you can set up here. The stereo is nice. Sound of the stereo is good.
Is it signing? Is it working?
It's going, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so most of the time there is enough visibility looking out of this car, and show them around a little bit. Show them around, Dasha. Of the visibility and viewing angles for most circumstances. But you have this one very large blind spot behind you here that blocks a tremendous amount of road or viewing angle. And take a look at what I'm going to show you now, because it's a very strange circumstance. So here we are driving down this particular road, and this has happened to me twice now. At this particular intersection, you can't see anything about what you want to do. It's absolutely 100% blocked. So let me have the camera real quick, and when I get to there, I'm going to show it to you. And Dasha has to then look to see if there's a car coming, because the road's at the particular angle that there's no, if you don't have a woman in the car with you or another passenger, you can't figure out what to do. I don't know what you would do. All right, here we are. So we're at the stop sign. Now look and see if you can see who's coming down the road. You can't. You can't in any way. You can't see. I'm completely blind to it. In that particular instance, I'm completely blind to it. You see what I'm saying? So that's it. One of the things that I see is strange about this car. And maybe something that I don't like. But there's a lot of things I do like about it. And it is a beautiful car. And pretty cool car. So, as we just discussed, it has a very large blind spot, and this, depending on the angle of the road, can be quite crazy. If it was a highway like this you're pulling onto, you can maybe go a little bit straight, not directly in, but a little bit, ahead, and what would happen is then somebody would beat. But on the road I just showed you, this would be quite dangerous, because you can't do that. You have to just go out into the road. If you don't have a passenger with you, I think that there's no chance they're going to hit you. Another thing that is interesting about this car is the way the body panels are put together. It feels like very large, flat slabs of metal, like when you open the trunk or you open the hood. The hood is a very large, flat slab of metal, and the trunk is especially very large and flat. It really does feel like an older car, like something back from the 70s. It actually feels like that. Where other cars that we're going to be comparing it against, like for instance the Mustang in this particular video, when you touch that, when you open the trunk to this and you touch that car, it does not feel like an older car. It feels like a very modern car. Even though it's got some retro styling, it feels like a very modern car. The body panels feel modern. Here, they feel like you're touching an antique car, maybe a brand new antique car, kind of. And that is a lot the way the suspension in this car feels. It feels a little antiquated. I've already discussed that it has very good pickup and power in a straight line, but when you take it into the corners, it kind of fights you and feels very heavy, and it kind of, at the very last limit where it's just about to break free or lose control, the back end starts to wallow around a little bit, kind of like even shimmy a little kind of thing. So, I mean, that's right at the edge. So go ahead, film forward. So it has a lot of power. It's got a lot of pickup and plenty of power, but it basically is a straight line car. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's do this.
Back roads,
So here we go.
Dodge Challenger. Listen to the wife's reaction.
I'm going to lead into Wilson. It's been years since I've driven this, so I really don't remember very well how the road goes, so I'm going to take it a little easy. But this is a very high-level back road, and we are going to feel some, let's get into sport mode here. Sport mode, I know about that. I'm going to take it easy. The one thing we could have a problem with is deer, so we have to be kind of careful for deer. I've got it though. She does wallow about a bit. The car does wallow about a bit. It's a firm ride in this car. It doesn't bend around the corners very much, but you can see that my wife is a little bit upset. Are you filming?
Yes.
Alright. Well,
It says that's
okay, let's drive the road like it's supposed to be driven.
Please, please.
I'm driving comfortably and
You're
not.
not.
Be quiet, please.
But I'm not. I will
Alright.
start nervous now.
Alright, get nervous. Here we go.
Oh, no.
Okay, I get a little
No,
tired.
I'm not going to.
So, which car is better? They're both good. The fit and finish, as I said, in the Mustang is a little bit more precise. The Challenger is shockingly, strikingly beautiful. For its looks and its ride comfort is very good. Interior, you have more space, so it's a better long distance car. But if you're looking for something that's a true sports car, Mustang.